Hello there, and it's another day, and it's time for part 2 of the physical releases for the Spectrum Next. So, without delay, we're going now to March 2021. And in March 2021, there was a pre-order for Cuadragon. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Cuadragon, the Next Generation by Duefecto Corp. Again, I'm not really sure whether that's the correct pronunciation, Duefecto or Duefecto Corp. And this game's gone with the smaller size box, and I'm not really sure whether it's meant to support SD cards, because you have to give it quite a squeeze for the SD card to fit in. And it's a bit worrying, you know, when you're trying to remove it and replace it. But here you go, it's got SD card with a label. There's a little booklet here. Every legend has a beginning, how to run the game. Mechanics and such. It's kind of a graphical adventure, walking around, talking, picking things up, etc. kind of game. So yeah, different style of box. I'm not really sure, as I say, whether it's meant to fit an SD or whether it's for a Vita, because it just seems slightly the wrong dimension. So that's Cuadragon Next. Next up, now this is going to be a difficult one to demonstrate. So this is May 2021. Mystery City. This comes in a very small box, and inside the box is suitcase. Was it a briefcase? Is it a suitcase? And then it occurred to me just as I was prepping for this video that I've not actually opened it up yet to have a look inside, which is really remiss of me, but I guess I'll just make excuses and say I'm really busy with stuff. So I'm going to open this up now. Take a look inside. If we can open it, if there's no combination on there. Making an idiot of myself now trying to work out how to open it. Okay, so it is pretty cool, that. So what do we have inside this case, and which way is the right way around? So we have the SD card. Help us get it the right way around. You have the SD card. You have a gun here as well. Very fitting with the game. We have some cards here. Presumably these are describing the various characters that you may encounter. Let's have a look at these more closely. There's also a couple of tiny dice. Okay. Thomas Falcon. I'll try and hold this so you can see. Thomas Falcon. I'm not going to read out all the names. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of these cards giving you some information, background on the various characters. This is a really nice touch. I like this. I'm surprised I've not opened this up yet. There's a dog. Chomfa. Amanda Walker. So there you go. 16 of those cards. We also have a little booklet of case notes. So we can see there who was involved. And there's some familiar names there. Many of them are not, but the special thanks, Uto Dev, Stefan Voigt and Tim Gilberts. Of course, we know them very well. So yeah, this is a lovely presentation. This is probably the best. You know, this is exceeding Curse of Rabenstein here in terms of just the amount of stuff. Map of the city. Yep. Top secret. Probably shouldn't show you that. What else have we got in here? Looks like a poster. Poster of the Mystery City. The secret code. There you go. So that is packaging and a half. That is just amazing. The level they've gone to create this physical release. I think other people could learn a thing or two with this. So I don't know what the dice are for. I'll have to dig into it a bit more deeply after I've finished this video, because I've got a bunch more stuff to get through. So I just want to put this all back semi-nicely before moving on to the next thing. So yeah, this was Mystery City, May 2021. Let's see if I can get this case shutting again. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the top one so far. Okay. So next we're going to come to Xeno Brigade. The Xeno Brigade was made available in July 2021. Xeno Brigade is a turn-based strategy game, harking back to the likes of Rebel Star and Laser Squad. So there we go. So this is a hub. Yeah, it's a hub release. It's got a unique code there. And I'm going to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce his name, because I just call him Leslie Greenhalgh, but that's probably really wrong. You can see here, Bitmap Soft again, doing the publishing side of things. Greenman Soft is Les's, I guess, software label. Serve in Heaven or Reign in Hell. So yeah, back to the full-size DVD style case with the position for the SD card, and we have a game manual. So here we go, bit on Bitmap Soft. Got some thanks here, some credits, and then information on the game itself, the Xeno hordes, the bad guys, and how to play the game. So this is a really good manual, really like it. It's really well laid out, really well thought out. All the different levels. And then of course there's that vegetables game that I mentioned in the last video, which kind of reminded me that this game had existed and what had happened to it. So hopefully we'll find out more about that and its physical release. And then we've got a flyer in here as well. So yeah, that is Xeno Brigade. This time it's personal. Okay, so next up is we're returning to Bikers again, because Andrew Laird released a deluxe version of Bikers, which had some enhancements, and I can't remember exactly what they are, but it'll probably tell us on the box anyway. Refresh my memory and all that. Enhanced Deluxe Edition, featuring a modified difficulty level, behind the scenes look at how the game was developed, and a reimagined soundtrack on a bonus audio CD. So there you go. So this is Bikers Deluxe by Cavan. Okay, front and back. Similar, I guess, to the regular Bikers game there. And then inside we have a surprise. Well, not much of a surprise, because I mentioned the CD soundtrack before. So we have the original soundtrack. We have the SD card with the game on, proper holder for an SD card, that it's not some other thing that's not meant to take one. And then we have the instructions. Presuming these instructions will be pretty much identical and that Andy Laird's face will be on the back page. Yeah, there we go. So that is the deluxe edition of Bikers. Okay, and that was, as I say, August 2021. Next we're going to September 2021 and Treasure Hunters. So this is a game by Sanchez crew, and Sinclair again handled the physical distribution as he did with Delta's Shadow. And I've got this on digital, which is why this physical hasn't actually been opened, so I'm going to open this now. Hopefully my nails can rip it open a bit. There we go. Okay, so here we go, without the cellophane on. Okay. And inside we have what we'll call from now the standard DVD style case. But nicely, as you can see on this one, it's printed on both sides, so that looks really nice. And then we have, as per Delta's Shadow, we have a little bit of background on what's actually going on. Captain Clownnose finds himself on a desert island where he stumbles under a tall palm tree, etc., etc. I can't read. So that is Treasure Hunters. Next up we're going to October 2021, and this is a boxed game, and it's Hibernated 1, the director's cut. Puddle. And this is similar to, I think, Curse of Ravenstein, was it? Let me just check. Yeah, Curse of Ravenstein was also Puddle. So it's a really nice box. The interior of the box slides out of the sleeve. And I'll open it up now and see what is inside. Okay, so inside the sleeve here we have an interior box which has a window, so you can see all of the goodies inside. And now I just want to work out which end I've already opened this from, because you know what these things can be like, where they catch on the edges, etc., bend the cardboard, and we can't have that, can we? Right. So just rescue the contents. SD card just flopped out there. Okay. So first up, we have the instruction manual. Welcome to your adventure. Information on loading the game. As you can see, this game is multi-platform in a significant way. There's a whole load of different versions here. And then Stefan Voigt again. Pretty much anything related to adventure games, you know, he's been involved at some point for the Spectrum Next. Okay, so we have the manual. We have an SD card case with an SD card inside. And printed on the label. We also have a badge, Terran Alliance Polaris Space Exploration Program. We have a polyplay sticker. We have a flyer for Doomsday, Lost Echoes. We have a sticker that relates to this game, a polyplay sticker, a hibernated 8 feet under card which has a code on it which I probably shouldn't show you, so I'll probably blur that out. Registration card. How to play interactive fiction. There you go. Very nice. Savings on Hibernated 2. Return this coupon to get Hibernated 2 for the special mail order discount. Did it come out? Because I haven't got it. Maybe I missed it. Yeah. And then there's a little card with a note from Stefan. Not really sure what that's all about, to be honest. Maybe I should try that. And then also, which probably won't fit under this camera, we have a hibernated poster. Okay. So that is pretty darn impressive. Very nice release. And if I've missed a physical release of Hibernated 2, I'll be gutted. Because they do a real good job with it. Well, at least with this one. So that is Hibernated 1, which was available in October 2021. Okay, now we're going to move over to November 2021. And the next game is Vradark's Sphere. So again, this is a Sanchez Crew game with Sinclair handling the physical aspects. Bit of a typo on the artwork there. These things just jump out of me. It's an annoyance really that I always kind of spot typos on the second word in. But you know, they're not native English speakers, so you have to accept that. They do absolutely fantastic stuff. Made in Ukraine. So in here, again, standard DVD style case. And as has been typical with the Sinclair Sanchez Crew launches, we have a single sheet with a picture on one side and some tips or instructions on the other side. And there was, as with Delta's Shadow, an envelope came with this game. And it was a small poster, hold up here actually, small poster of Vradark's Sphere, which is very nice. So yeah, that is Vradark's Sphere. I don't know if I showed the back actually, let me just... Oh, I did, didn't I? Because I complained about the typo. Sorry. Not having a go, by the way. Okay, so next is another Vradark game. One of my favourite games. Vradark's Revenge. So following on from his sphere is causing havoc yet again. And this is the one where you have to take him out. It's a keyboard, mouse, simultaneously control, shooting all your magic and killing all the bad guys, etc. Really frenetic game. So we have a standard DVD case again, Sanchez Crew. Sinclair release again, because as I keep saying, he handles the physical side of things. Does a very good job of that. Some nice screenshots on the back there. And in here, the usual suspects, SD card and a single sheet, Vradark's Revenge, and it will tell us what's going on and how to control the game. Okay. So that is Vradark's Revenge, which was, as I say, October 2022. And we're getting to the end of this now. The next one on the list is, again, Cavern Games, Andrew Laird, who brought us Bikers and Bikers Deluxe. And this, I think, is his second game, if you class Bikers and Bikers Deluxe as one. Tengu is a puzzle game, fiendish. Somehow we've angered the mystical Tengu. Inside, we have, he must have had some of these left over, because there's no soundtrack CD. Unless you could actually buy a version with a soundtrack CD. I don't think you could. I bought this from him in person at the Crash show in Warsaw the end of last year, so I don't think there was. Maybe he just had some of these cases lying around, but they're perfectly fine. I guess the difference here is that he's had to adapt. This isn't for an SD card, you know. This, I'm not actually sure what that is meant to fit. So we have some instructions in here. The compelling logic game from the Far East. Information on how to play. Assume we can't use a Atari steering wheel controller for this one. Helpful hints, and there he is again. Andy Laird, Richard Falconer, who is excellent musically, creates a lot of music for Spectrum and other platforms as well. And a bunch of other people who I don't know. I recognise some of the names though. I wonder if there'll be a soundtrack released for it. Okay. So that is Tengu. So that was November 2022, and now we're moving on to December 2022. So we're nearly up to date now. And in fact, this is the most recent physical release that I own. And it is Alien's Neoplasma. And of course, this was released for the original Spectrums back in the day. Well, not back in the day, what am I talking about? A few years ago, it was released for the 128. And Sanchez crew have revisited it and enhanced the graphics, etc. I guess it's hardware sprites and more colour and that kind of thing. And they created the Spectrum Next version. And again, as usual, it's Sanchez crew. Sinclair's handled the physical aspects. In the back, we have some screenshots. Help Lieutenant Smith to beat the greedy corporation. It's always a corporation involved. And then inside, we have the usual SD card and a single page with some lovely artwork. That's a great looking piece of artwork, that. And on the back, presumably, there's useful hints. Beware of doors controlled by the mad computer and try to trap facehugger under them. Yep. So that is Alien's Neoplasma. And that is, as far as I'm aware, the most recent. There is one other physical release, but it's a bit cheating really because it's not an official release. And it's thanks to someone who I need to remember the name of now. But my eyesight is not as good as it used to be, so I'm probably going to have to forget the name of the person who effectively compiled the artwork for this. Magnetic Scrolls obviously was ported over to the Next. Stefan Byland and a bunch of other people. I can't remember the intricacies of it, but they converted the interpreter from 68,000, I think, to Spectrum Next, and they ported games over, brought assets over, graphics, you know, for the scenery, etc., over onto the Next. And they released the Magnetic Scrolls compilation, and someone thought it would be a good idea if we created an unofficial physical release for that. So someone created the overall artwork, it was given their next hub release and unique identifier. You can see all the games that are in it on the back here. And it's also thanks to Wyatt Wong, who took it upon himself to print the covers, source the DVD boxes, labels for an SD card, and then you paid him some money and he'd send you this all the way from Hong Kong. I had a few problems getting mine because I was on holiday and the post sent it back and it got lost. Eventually I got another one sent and that arrived, so thanks for that, Wyatt. So yeah, magnetic scrolls. So inside there's not much in here. It literally just is an SD card that I provided myself. I copied the compilation onto the SD card and then I took the sticker provided by Wyatt and just stuck it onto the SD card. So that marks the last physical release that I own. Now there was one that I did miss, I know I missed, because when Adrian Cummings was coming to the end of his line of games that he was creating, he created a second compilation, which was called something like All Stars. And what I'll probably do is I'll pop up over there an image of the box of the All Stars. And the All Stars basically contained a number of his previous games, plus it contained the compilation that he'd already released. So you have, say, Dungeonette, Delta Star, Montana Mike, and the compilation that they were in, all within a new compilation with a few extra games, and it was just like a step too far for me to collect that one. So it shows you I'm not a complete completionist, because I just decided, nah, enough's enough. I've already got those games. I'm not buying another compilation which includes a compilation and games that I already own, so I drew the line there. But if there's anything else that people have got that I haven't, let me know, because I'm always interested to see, you know, some of the things I may have missed out on. So, thanks for watching.